Guys, welcome back to part 2 here. We are now going to actually start the Frostring Arena that since we have now gone through the deck that we're going to be playing with, and I also went over a little bit about the game. So if you haven't checked it out, definitely check out part 1 so that you can kind of see and get caught up and everything like that. So we're going to actually start some playing now. And so this here basically says, "Welcome to the Frostring. It would appear that another aspiring combatant heeded my global summons. You traversed the serrated peaks of Hyperborean mountains, dodged the boulders thrown by angry yetis, and outran the hammers of the avalanche giants. Yet your true challenges lie ahead, my friend." And we're going to actually skip the intro on this. I've seen it many, many times. Going back, we are going to play what I determined as my red orcs deck. You can actually choose your deck by different many ones. A lot of these here are all actually ones that just come with the game automatically. There are a lot of your starter decks. This here is my custom deck that I just went over in my previous video, and here you can check it out. So we're going to start the challenge here. So what the Frostring Arena is a set of 4 tiers. And you can actually see skip tier 1 here, and that's because when I played this earlier, I actually perfected it. And by perfecting a series means that you never die one time. You get 3 defeats, which you can see right here, per the entire Frost Arena. So all 20 matches, you only get 3 lives, which means you can only lose 3 times the entire time. The farthest I've ever gotten was tier 3, so we're going to try and see if we can get a little bit farther this time with this deck. I'm probably going to have to do some tailoring. Once you get up to the boss in the 3rd one, he really likes to pull out some really tricky stuff, so I'm going to have to either choose a different deck, or I'm going to have to start going through a little bit different. But the ultimate goal of the Frostring Arena here is to earn rewards. And what that is, it's gold, so that you can take that gold and use that in the auction house to then buy more cards, right? You can also use that, and you can also earn treasure by defeating the boss champions. And the boss ones here are every 5th one, and they're in these gold tiers here at the very end. And basically what they are is they're special cards, or they're packs, or they're something, or an equipment, kind of like how we talked about that earlier. So I'm going to be running through the Frostring Arena here with Sir Giles Rowan, using our red orcs deck. Our very first champion that we're going to be battling here is the Psychotic Anarchist. So we're going to go ahead and play. Enough talking. We're going to actually play this time. Alright, so we've actually won the coin flip. Every game starts with a coin flip. So what that means is it's going to ask us if we want to go first or second. Now, after going through the deck and explaining the strategies behind this deck, we're going to choose to go first. So that's what we're going to do. So we start off here, and we get 7 cards, as you can see. These are our ones. And usually what I do is if I don't get at least 2, 3, or 4 in the mana, I will always replace the hand, 100% of the time. If you only come up with 1, it's really, really hard to get just kind of going and getting kind of started. So we're going to actually keep this hand for right now. We're not going to be able to get any guys out right away, it looks like, unfortunately. And what we're going to do is start off, we're just going to play a mana here. And you can see our mana went down here. It's 1-1. And since we don't have anybody to play, we're just going to continue, and we're just going to pass the the card onto him. So he played a Savage Raider for his very first one. And you can see one nice thing I really like about this game is just the overall presentation style that they have here. As you can see up here, you have each person's deck, and I think this one might be covered up here by my actual video here as well. I should actually check OBS here really quick. Yep, unfortunately my graveyard and deck are actually covered up here. Not that it's super important, but that is where that goes here. And then you can see each champion is outlined here, the amount of their health, and kind of like I was talking about earlier, the charges. So every time you play a mana card, you gain a charge. right? And once you get to a certain number of charges, so as you can see, mine requires 4 before I can take that. So I need at least 4 red charges in order to activate a special ability. His up here, for every 2, he can deal 1 damage to me. So that's different for every single one. Underneath here are their special abilities. So he also has it when a troop enters play, there's a 25% chance it gets speed plus 1 attack. Now this one, obviously, it didn't happen for. Here's my equipment if we wanted to go back and check it. And then here's the actual order of play here, which is this. And you can tell, based off of who is highlighted in gold here, whose turn it is, right? Pretty simple stuff. So we're going to actually continue on to here. There we go. Alright, so still no 1s, but for our very first thing we're going to play another mana. And we're going to play an arena regular as well. Now he gets 3-1 again, because he has a speed, and when you gain a charge he deals 1 damage to each opponent as well. So we actually just gained 1 damage there as well. So, and again, because he has speed, he can attack right away. Now he's probably going to get blocked here, which he did, which means both of these guys will probably end up dying. There you go. This game is a lot about board control, so there's a lot of times that I don't feel bad about sacrificing a guy just to make sure that either the board is back to even, or the fact that he's going to end up dying, you know, he'll be back down to 0, I'll be back down to 0, whatever. As long as I try to keep it as even as possible, or what I try to do is make it so that I'm in control of the board. Board control is a very big part of this game. So unfortunately, because this guy had that, and we're also going to deal 1 damage, so we just lost 2 damage on that one there. Alright, so the next one we're going to play is Ruby Shard here. And because we have 3 here, we can now, if we wanted to, we could play our Ruby Lance and deal 1 damage for each red we have. So it would give me 3 damage if I did that, but I don't want to do that yet. What I'd rather do, because these guys only have 1 defense and he has 2, we're going to play a Furious Taskmaster, which again, I can target a target orc you control gets speed this turn if I want to do that. And then he can't attack because he doesn't have speed, unlike our first feature that we put out. And he just played Burn, and of course he deals 2 damage to a target troop, and if you put your mouse over that as well, you can actually see which character that's affecting. So of course he just, you know, he burned us, unfortunately. Sorry for the bad pun, but that's really what happened here. So now we're going to take some more damage. We are really getting our butts kicked here, unfortunately, right in the beginning. Maybe I should have mulliganed that first one. Let's see here. So we have 4 mana. We're going to play Underboot. I think that's what we're going to do. And then, let's see here. We're going to hold off on using our ability till we get a couple of orcs out here. But what Emberroot has, again, he has speed and crush. So he can attack the same turn as he comes out. He also has crush. If this assigns more than fatal combat damage to all troops blocking it, the rest will be assigned to the defending champion. So, if they try to block it and can't do that, now it's going to automatically kill him, and then the extra damage will affect their champion, right? So, unfortunately, because he had enough attack value, he did kill our Ember Root, unfortunately, which really sucks. But we are still ahead of the game here as well. We just need to really get rid of some of these guys over here, which really kind of stinks here. So, alright, so we're going to play our Aura here. And we're going to also give him +1 and Swift Strike as well. And we're also going to give him an extra damage here, I think, as well. So now, because he has 1 and 1, if I attack him, more than likely their Arena Brawler is going to block him, which then means, unfortunately, he's going to die right away. So I'm actually not going to attack on this, which I guess I can't anyways, because he doesn't have speed. And I'm just going to take the 2 damage here as well. We're still in control of our actual life here, but we are hurting quite a bit, unfortunately. I really kind of was wishing that we wouldn't be so down here so early. Alright, so we just played the Brutal Commander here as well. Let's see here. So I think I'm just going to attack with him. Trying to get rid of some of his guys over here. All he had was a mana to play, so that's going to help us out a little bit. And I think I'm going to just take... I think I'm just going to take the damage here. We're really going to start getting some guys out here. Don't have much I can play, so we're just gonna burn that guy. And we are gonna skip for right now. Alright. We're going to attack with both of these guys here. He's going to deal some damage. He's going to lose that. We just gain 4 and we wipe their board. So we're in a better position. And they only played a mana, which is also really good for us too. So he's going to try and hurt us a little bit here. But that's okay because they have nobody on the board, which is awesome. And we just got 4 plus 3. And we're going to attack with all these guys here now. And we are going to bring him down to 0 on that one. So we just won our first victory there, and we are good to go. We're going to continue on now to our second one. We gain our first gold pouch here of the day, which we will find out the total amount of all of our rewards once we actually do that. So that's our very first victory here. We still have no defeats. Our second champion that we're going to be facing here is now the Mentor of the Grave. Just checking my time here. I really don't like having my videos go over a certain amount of time, just because I know that, at least from gameplay videos and stuff that I've watched, I've never really enjoyed ones that have gone on for a super long time. So I just wanted to try and make mine shorter, so that's I'd rather watch 4 or 5 videos that are shorter, so that way I can quit at any time rather than going back to a video and trying to scrub on the timeline a little bit more. So. Alright, so we're going to start off here. Unfortunately with that last one, I didn't really get a good opportunity to really try out this special ability that we have. So he just played a Blood Savant, and he gets +1/+1 this turn when he plays 3 mana, but other than that he has 0 attack, so it's good for us. We still have well more. We have 21 health versus 14, and the farther you get into the Blood Arena, the higher and higher the champion's health get. So, you know, a lot of times you kind of take that for granted, but a lot of these guys, even some of the early guys, they have the ability to gain health with a lot of their abilities. So you kind of have to really keep, you know, just because somebody may not have a lot of health in the beginning of the game doesn't mean that they aren't dangerous in the late game. So, but because of our deck, we're trying to kill them fast and early, and that's what we're going to do here. So, I didn't feel too bad about not blocking that one just because he couldn't do any actual damage, so it's kind of weird. Normally the computer doesn't do that. That's kind of a new one actually on me. I've never seen that before, and now that I think about it, I don't know if I've ever seen that. So let's see here. You know what? Since we have this and he deals 1 damage for each red you have, these buffalo are pretty strong for how cheap they are. So we're just going to get rid of his damn buffalo. And since he's already tapped here, we are actually going to attack and deal 2 damage to him right away. So, and he can deal his 0 damage to me all he wants. I really don't care. Although then he plays a giant mosquito, which is kind of a pain in the ass. This one has life drain. which really sucks because life drain damage dealt by this causes the controller to gain that much health. So we definitely want to get rid of these damn mosquitoes. And living in Minnesota, I fucking hate mosquitoes. So I'm just saying that. Some of the mosquitoes out here in Minnesota are about the size of birds, it seems like, half the time. So it's our... a lot of people will tell you that the loon is our state bird. It's not true. It's actually a mosquito. And if you don't believe me on that, ask anyone who's from Minnesota. Alright. So, now that we have 2 of these, we are actually going to use our special ability. And as you can see, because both of these guys here are orcs, they both gain +1/+1. So they are now both 4/1 on that as well. Oh, one last thing about the giant mosquito, has flight. So only this troop can be blocked by other troops with flight, which, as going through my deck earlier, those of you may have noticed I don't have any troops with flight in this deck. So sometimes decks that you play against that have nothing but people with flight can do a lot of damage. That's one of the weakest parts of this deck, unfortunately. So now if I do this, unfortunately he's probably going to block with that giant mosquito and it'll probably sacrifice one of them. More than likely he's going to sacrifice the arena brawler here, or he's going to attack the arena or block the arena brawler, I should say, because if he doesn't, if he does the arena regular, he's got swift strike, which again, as we know from earlier, the swift strike means that he gets to add his damage before the amount of the blocking amount. So as you can see, he was just done there. So we're going to sacrifice him, take 4, and you know what? We just did 4 damage, but then of course he gained some life back because of his special ability that he has. But it got rid of that mosquito, which is what I wanted, because again, those flight troops can really do a lot of damage, unfortunately. So, and what the Shadow Witch did there, when she enters play, target opposing champion reveals a random card from their hand, and then revealed troops get -2, -2. What's hilarious though, is it revealed my Ruby Shard. So, doesn't affect me really at all, which is great. So we got lucky on that one. We're going to play our next Shard here, so that brings us up to 5. And so now, I believe it's time to bring out Zokoi. I don't know. Those of you who are more into HEX than I am probably know the correct way, but that's how I pronounce his name. Again, Zokoi, like I said, because when he enters play, he automatically deals damage equal to its target opposing champion, and because of that special ability that I played earlier, he now has +5 instead of +4, which is awesome. So, what we're going to do, attack with everybody again. I'm sure the Shadow Grave is probably going to block Zokoi, but that doesn't matter, because our Arena Regular has +4. Ooh, you know what? I didn't think about the Blood Savant. I totally forgot about it, but he's actually blocking Zokoi. It's interesting. So he's going to die, the Witch is going to live, but unfortunately... Oh, no, there we go. Never mind. Actually, that worked out the best way possible, so... Unfortunately, though, it didn't actually add any damage, so... Alright, on to our next turn here. So what we're gonna do is, you know... let's do this. Does anybody have speed here? Yep, here we go. Perfect. There we go. Now he's probably going to block one of these guys here when we try to attack this turn, but because he's not going to be able to block all of the damage coming at him, we're just going to kill him right now and end the game. So there we go. We're now done through round 2 as well. So, alright. Pretty easy. Pretty good so far. We're 2-0. Next is the Storm Cloud, and don't let the name fool you, because I'm going to tell you this right now, this is usually where my first loss comes from, is unfortunately from the damn Storm Cloud. He's got some nasty tricks up his sleeve here as well, especially the longer he goes into the game. So we're going to definitely try and go as quick as possible. We're trying to do as much damage. So he just played an artifact. Now, artifacts we haven't seen yet, but basically what it is something that stays on and can manipulate the battlefield Edit. So every turn, at the start of his turn, he gets to reveal the top card of his deck. Each revealed troop gets +1/+1. Each revealed resource gets gain a charge. And each revealed non-troop and non-resource card gets a cost of -1. So it actually charges him less every time he wants to do it. So that's a very, very good card to have right out the gate. So unfortunately we don't have any creatures that are +1 right now, or only 1 mana, so then of course he just got that other mana there. It's going to give him an extra charge. And as you can see, his special ability this time is to exhaust an opposing troop. So he can actually exhaust a troop without even me playing it, unfortunately. And again, here's another one with exhaust opposing troops. So he could really exhaust 2 of our troops in 1 turn if he really wanted to. Let's see here. So we have an arena regular, so I'm going to play him there. Next turn, I'm probably going to burn this field tactician, see if he puts anybody else out. And of course he's going to exhaust that, because now he's going to want to play that field tactician. In defense, of course, we don't have anybody who's available. And we have no mana available to play burn to interrupt that. So we're going to take the 2 damage on that one. Alright. So now we have 3. Now, he didn't reset this turn. So we use our veteran gladiator instead. Like I said, he's got a lot of these nasty little tricks. He's got a lot of guys that have flight on him. It's just, ugh. It's a very difficult one to win and fight here. So I'm gonna burn him. I'm tired of him. And then let's see here. So I could either destroy him right now, or use him to get Swift Strike. I think I'm gonna give Swift Strike to my next gladiator, because when he attacks, he gets to choose any troop that the opposing defender has not to block, or that can't block. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do, is use him. And I really should have probably played that extra one. It would have given him a 5. So we're going to say that Phoenix can't block this turn. And I really missed an opportunity there. I could have done, that could have been down to 7 life, but unfortunately I didn't do that. It's alright, we'll try it for the next one here. Just keep taking the damage. Yeah, you got another Phoenix out there as well. Okay, so now we have 5. 3 damage. Again, it's all about board control here. Just want to control that board. He's only got 2, and again, we're going to give that extra life, or that extra damage to him. And now he's down to 1 life. So we really need something here. I got people texting me here. Ugh, didn't want that shard. We just won that one. That was pretty easy. I didn't see what the special ability was that was going on there, but there was some sort of a special ability that was happening on one of them that caused him to lose 1 life. We do have a health buff right now as well. When you start the game, you gain 5 health here as well. So, alright, so our next one is the spam bot. Alright, so this is again what I was talking about with only the one ruby shard. I really should probably replace the hands. We're going to replace that. Especially since we didn't win the coin toss either. We didn't get to choose whether or not we got to go first. We lost the coin toss and only had one ruby. We're going to, this time we're going to keep it. Because if we don't, then we have to sacrifice a card after that. So you get the one free kind of redraw, and then after that, if I were to redraw again, then I'd actually only start with 6 cards as opposed to 7, and I'm never a fan of that. So. All right. So of course we drew another mana, which is, you know, typically always good. We could play burn, and you know we could deal 2 damage, but you know I'd usually try to save my quick actions. I think they were referred to as spells in Magic: The Gathering, but I usually like to save those for troops. It makes it a lot easier a lot of times, especially when things start to get a little hairy. So put out our Savage Raider. He does have must attack every turn, but he doesn't have quick strike, or doesn't have speed, unfortunately. So he's got a malfunctioning Warbot, and then he also gains +1/+1, so that's going to make him a 2/3 instead. Really gotta start getting some of these troops out here. Got 2 of our best guys in the entire deck sitting in our hands right now, and we're gonna use our special ability, make our guys just a tad bit stronger, especially since this guy here has 3, and since we have 2, I can deal 2 damage to him, or I can also give +1 in Swift Strike, and since our Savage Raider has to attack every turn, I'm gonna give him our Swift Strike. So that means his damage happens before the defense gets in there. And because he has to, hopefully and more than likely, he shouldn't block this. So, which it doesn't look like he's going to. So that's good. We took down 4 damage there, which is awesome. So really got to do something about him. Again with the flying Copter bot. I don't know. Some of these cards are hard to say. Alright. Here we go. Alright, so now is when we're going to start playing some of these, our big guys here. So, and when these guys are on the field together, I'm telling you, this combination just kicks ass. We're going to play Zokoi first, and we're going to target our opposing champion here as well. Because like I said, he automatically does the amount of damage to the champion based off of his attack, and because I had that +1 in that special ability, he's going to do 5 damage, which brings him down to 5 damage as well before we've even done anything. And because he gains speed as well, thanks to our Furious Taskmaster, they now all have speed. So these guys are going to do, so he's going to block him, and he's still going to do damage here. So as you can see, you know, we sacrificed one of our guys. We still have Zokoi. We still have our Savage Raider as well. This damn malfunctioning Warbot, though. Every turn, he can always get extra health based off of that, and it sucks because it only takes 1 of his to do that. So I think I'm going to do, since we have 6, we're going to play Telecom. And we're going to burn him. It takes away a little bit of his defense. Even though we don't really need it, we should be fine right without it here. We only block 1 anyways. Doesn't matter. I always like to play it safe a little bit, you know? So, alright. So I think this is going to be our last one for this video here, because now we're actually on to our first boss, which means that if we win this one here, we've perfected it again. So, the first round, not too hard. when it comes to perfecting it. But I have lost before in the first one, especially that damn Storm Cloud, man. If he gets the right combination of guys out, I'm telling you, he can definitely be tough. So we have 2 here. I think we're gonna keep it. And we do gain 5 extra health this turn just because that's just part of the stipulations that it always gives you on this one. So, just gonna put a mana here. Oh, and real quick too, by the way, I want to thank the Shanzi, or Sean, as many of you who are part of the Gamer Den as well may know. He borrowed me this Razer headset as well. I do want to say thank you to him for doing that for me as well. Also helping me build this new computer here that we're playing on as well. So do want to give a shout out to Shanzi for that as well. So alright, we're going to play our first Taskmaster here too. So yeah, just until I get my own headset, it was really nice of him to let me borrow this Razer headset. So Gem Snatchers. He's got flight, which I don't understand how a Gem Snatcher who looks like that could have flight. It's kind of weird. But as you can tell, it's because of his green gem that he has socketed here. And he gets +1/+1. So he's normally a 1/1 card, but he gets +2, or he gets 2/2 because of that, because of his gem sockets. Again, that is one of the best parts of this whole game, is just how cards can, you know, they're so versatile in terms of things that they offer, which is very, very cool. I like it. Let's see here. So I could burn him, deal 2 damage, and then do 5 to him. And then I'd still have enough to put on Arena Regular. And when you gain a charge, this deals 1 damage. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Means we also have nobody out there that can block anything either on their side. Just gonna keep putting the hurt on him here as much as possible. And that was kind of silly. He should have done my Arena Regular, but okay. Why not? He's got a lot of socketed guys here. Alright, so we again, it's all about board control. That's one of the biggest things I can't stress about this game, which I really didn't learn because Magic the Gathering is not quite so intense on board control, or at least I've always felt like, but this game is really, really about board control. So you'll see me sacrifice guys a lot of times just in sake of board control. So again, because we are able to do that, he's not going to be able to block all the damage coming to him. And we just perfected it again, once again. So, as you can see, didn't take a whole lot of effort to perfect it. It really doesn't. And as a reward, we get not only a boss win token, but we also get a perfect tier bonus. Again, another bonus, which means we get an extra crate to unlock, and we get a gold pouch. So as you can see, just by playing through our first tier here, didn't take a whole lot. We built a relatively good deck here that can get us through that first one. We've got 5 gold pouches, which we don't know the value of yet. We won't know until we actually end this. And we do have earn the treasure as well by defeating boss champions, which we've got 3 of those now. So I think I'm going to end this one here. Thank you so much, guys, again, for sticking through it here and watching us play HEX. And I'm going to save this one, and we're going to come back again another time here to complete the Frost Ring Arena. Again, thank you so much, and I will see you guys next time.